Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Truth Told. I'm Sarah. It's a beautiful new day, and I'm sat quietly here in the countryside, just catching some fresh air and gathering some thoughts to share with you this morning. So whose fault is it? Who is to blame for all of this? Who's to blame for this current situation that we are in, coronavirus, COVID-19? Whose fault is it? Who could have stopped it and prevented it? Why do we find ourselves in this place? It must be somebody's fault. Somebody must take the blame for all of this. And so human nature causes us to ask these sort of questions, doesn't it? In John chapter 9 in the Gospels, there was a situation where there was a man who was born blind. And the disciples said to Jesus this very same question. Whose fault is it? Who is to blame for all of this? This calamity, this misfortune, this situation that seems rather bizarre and seems rather sad and difficult to cope with. Whose fault is it? And Jesus turns that question completely on its head, and he sort of reframes it like this. And he says, rather than looking to apportion blame and find out whose fault it is, the man's fault or the parent's fault, the whole situation here can be turned upside down and rather be seen as an opportunity in which God can work. In every situation that we want to put blame or we want to apportion whose fault it is, Jesus says, I can literally bring light into that darkness. I can bring a miraculous thing to turn it around. I can bring good out of bad. I can turn things upside down. And that's exactly what Jesus did for that man. So whenever we want to apportion blame, because we often do, it's somebody else's fault, and sometimes it's our fault. When we point the finger and put the blame, Jesus can take a hold of that entire situation and turn it around for good. When we stop blaming and start seeing how God can work, then things can change. So rather than saying, whose fault is it? Let's reframe that and say, how can I find God in it? Have a really great day. Know God's peace and his hope and his strength today in all that you do. Bye for now.